Deslin, what's the feeling like, kind of being the senior, Patrick and Rashad moving on? You're kind of the guy now.
Um, Honestly, I can't believe I'm a senior now. I was just saying, like in 2017, I was just a freshman, so I'm ready for it. I worked hard. Those guys, they showed the way, and they showed me how to watch film, how to work hard. So I'm ready for it.
Deslin, are you excited to be a leader? Are you kind of ready to put your stamp on this defense or help in that regard?
Yeah, I'm very excited. I put in a lot of hard work, and coach takes a lot of time, in film, teaching me things. So I'm ready for it all.
Deslin, you got a lot of guys coming back on defense this year. So a lot of experience and were productive. Do you see you guys coming together maybe earlier than maybe you normally would because so many guys are coming back?
Yeah, and a lot of guys, I feel like a lot of that stuff happens, because a lot of guys put in a lot of extra work with watching film and doing, doing the extra work together. So I think a lot of guys will make plays very early.
Deslin, did you speak with Patrick and Rashad about kind of taking on that leadership role when they moved on? Was that something you guys talked about?
Yeah, I reached out to both of them, right after, just saying, how they approach it. What are some things they learned? What are some things they could teach me about?
Deslin, it seems like that freshman group is a pretty confident, outgoing group. What do you make of a few of the guys you've met so far?
Some of those guys are very hungry. They're coming very hungry from high school, work very hard. PJ going to my high school, is one of those guys who brings a lot of energy to workouts and, works very hard.
Deslin, I know it's very early, but part of talking about leadership in the room is looking for other guys who you expect to step up or that you're expecting to count on. Who are some of the other guys right now in just the early workouts that you've looked at and said, and you've talked with and said, hey, like this, we got to set the tone for this new year?
A lot of guys, especially in the D line room, another older guy, Keyshawn, John, Haba. A lot of guys take responsibility on themselves, uh, leading older guys. I feel like it's always a collective leadership when it comes to leadership.
Deslin, one of the strengths of your defense has always been the depth, always having guys that can go after it. I mean, what are you hoping to prove or trying to show this year with the defensive ends, with you and John and Haba and maybe some of the younger guys like Nakai and Dayon?
Can you repeat your question, please?
Just saying, like, as a group, with losing those two guys, your strength as a defense has always been, having a lot of depth, a lot of options. I mean, what are you hoping to prove this year, the defensive end group, after losing those two guys?
You know, we got a lot of guys in our room that can make plays. A lot of guys that work very hard. So when it comes, we're well prepared. Coach Partridge teaches very things, so very good technique. So we all be ready.
Deslin?
Go ahead, Kelly.
Nope, you go.
Deslin, how much did Kalijah Cansey impress you last season, and kind of where do you see the next steps with his game specifically kind of taking shape?
Yeah, I saw it all along. Koo did it. What he did out there, he did it all in practice. Koo works very hard on his craft, so that was very well expected from me.
Deslin, I kind of asked Coach the same question, but I mean, we're far from out of the woods yet, but is there a different feel now? Is there a feel like, we can take a deep breath and we're going to have football in the fall and you guys just have a different outlook this year than, for the first time in a while?
Yeah, for me especially, as a group, we definitely don't take it for granted. Knowing where we were around this time last year and being able to be together, being able to play a season and train on these spring workouts and then going to spring ball, we're very excited about that. So.
Deslin, what did it mean to you guys as a group that Kenny decided to come back?
It meant a lot. Kenny's a very good leader. He's the heart of this team. How he leads and everything. So that was very important to this team.
Deslin, did you notice at all during the season or maybe in summer camp that things were missing? You didn't have a spring ball or a spring practice, that maybe things were missing in August. Did you notice that once the season started?
Spring ball would be in such a big development period. It definitely, played a role, but we did a good job of, coming together in times we can, putting the extra work to have the best season we can.